Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is gonna be all about eyebrows. And the last time I did an eyebrow video, you guys loved it. So I figured I would do another one again. And this one is more for the people that get their brows done all the time, but now can't go because of the quarantine, but don't wanna mess with their eyebrows. So I wanted to tell you guys exactly how I touch up my brows during this time, because realistically, we don't know when we'll be able to go back and get our brows done and everything. But you still wanna keep them maintained, keep them looking clean, but not overdo it so that you don't have any eyebrows left at the end of quarantine. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I maintain my eyebrows and how I fill them in. It's gonna be an in-depth eyebrow video. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. Let's get into this. So my eyebrows are a little on the fluffy side right now. I know it's not too bad, but that is because I have been kind of maintaining them. I don't want to touch too much of them because I know that when I tried to do my eyebrows myself, it never really worked out for me that well. So the first thing when you're maintaining your eyebrows, you're gonna want to tweeze. And when you're tweezing, you don't want to take too much off. You're literally only gonna want to tweeze right here in the middle, just so you don't really have that unibrow. And then also just like down here at the tail end. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and show you guys exactly where I'm gonna kind of tweeze and clean up a bit. So when you're tweezing, you're gonna want to tweeze right in between your eyebrows and kind of at the tail, but not too much at the tail. So between my eyebrows, I'm literally just doing a strip. Right here is where I'm plucking. I don't want to get too close to this edge and I don't want to get too close to this edge. As you can see, this eyebrow is a little lower than this one, and I'm trying to kind of fill that in. So I'm taking this opportunity to fill in those gaps that I've been trying to fill in for a while, so I'm not touching that area at all. If anything, I'm just gonna pluck the few stray hairs that grow in between. Next, when it comes to your tail, that's where it can start looking really sloppy. So realistically, for this area, I'm just plucking like those random little hairs that are in this like brow bone area. I'm not going anywhere near the actual eyebrow because that is probably gonna be covered up by makeup anyways. So now that we have the middle and the tail done, I always recommend never touching the center of your brow. That's the area that can really be messed up if you don't know what you're doing. So I like my arch. I'm not gonna touch that. I know it's filling in. I know it's getting a little sloppier, but I feel like because I'm cleaning up the center and the tail and stuff, I'm still keeping a little bit of that shape. Next, we're gonna talk about the feminine razor or the eyebrow razor. These are so inexpensive. You can get these, I think I got a package of like 50 for like $5 off Amazon. So these are super, super inexpensive, not very environmentally friendly, which is why I don't like to use them very often. But I would always recommend to use a fresh one whenever you are using it. I know some people say that you can use them up to 2 or 3 times, but realistically, when you're going in and you're like kind of taking the hairs off your eyebrows with this, you're exfoliating, you're getting dead skin on there, you're getting bacteria on there, you're getting makeup residue on there, and then it's just kind of sitting on the blade, and then maybe a week later you do it again. That's just asking for breakouts in my opinion. So always use a fresh one. So with the eyebrow razor, I'm really able to clean up the area without doing too much damage. I'm just kind of going in and cleaning up the little hairs that are up here. I know that because I'm just shaving them, I'm not gonna do any permanent damage because they're gonna come in soon enough anyways. So I'm just kind of shaping, making sure that everything looks clean, everything looks good. And then I could do a little bit down here. Probably should have done this before I did my makeup, but that's okay. You can already kind of see the difference. Like I barely did anything and this looks way more shaped than this eyebrow. So at this point, we've done the tweezing, we've done the razor, we've gotten rid of all those strays. Now we want to go in and actually clean up the shape of the brow. And the way that you do that is by trimming your brow hair. So you can use one of these brushes. These come in a lot of like different makeup brush sets or even like travel manicure sets. You can find one of these. I'm not a huge fan of these because I don't feel like the comb can actually grip the hair very well. I would rather use a spoolie. So I'm gonna use the spoolie that's at the tail end of my eyebrow pencil. If you don't have a spoolie, you can use a clean mascara wand, or you can use, yeah, that's pretty good, a clean mascara wand. But most eyebrow pencils have a spoolie at the end of it. So the way I'm gonna do it is I'm actually gonna brush upwards. I should bring you guys in a little bit. So I'm just gonna brush up, and then any hair that's like too long, I'll just go ahead and trim it. And then once I've brushed it up and trimmed those hairs, I'm gonna now brush it down and do the exact same thing. Any of those hairs that just look a little too long. Okay, so now my brows are trimmed, they're cleaned up, they're looking good, and I'm actually feeling a lot more confident about the way my brows look. So now I'm actually gonna go in and start filling them in. Because my brows are so thick right now, they could look a little intense when I fill them in. So I'll show you guys exactly how I've been doing my eyebrows. So I go in with, this is an eyebrow pencil that actually my eyebrow lady makes and she sells in her own salon, but I would compare it to like the Anastasia Brow Wiz or Brow Definer. So I usually start right here at the arch. And because the hairs are growing in a little more into the arch, I'm kind of just blending the color in to those stray hairs. That way they can just kind of blend in with the rest of my eyebrow and not stand out too much. I'm just making the shape of that arch. Notice how I'm not going into this front area here. I'm just going from the middle all the way to the tail, and I'm blending in all those hairs together. Then I'm gonna do the same thing up here. And I'm just going in with light strokes. I don't want to go in with anything too heavy. Now that that arch and that tail are defined, I'm just gonna lightly make a line right over here. And then I'm just gonna kind of flick my brow pencil in the shape that my hair naturally grows. Once that's drawn on, I'm gonna go back in with that spoolie side, and I'm just gonna brush it upwards to blend it all in together. The difference, absolutely insane. So now we're gonna go in and do the other brow. One tip is whenever you do your eyebrows, you're usually like really focused in the mirror to make sure everything looks good. Just stand back, hold your mirror a few feet away from you, about arm's length away from you, and then that way you can kind of make sure everything is even and everything looks good. So after I've drawn on my brows, I'm gonna go in with some brow gel, and this is just some Essence brow gel, $2 at the drugstore, super inexpensive, I love it. So I'm just gonna go in and start combing my brow hairs up. This is just gonna make sure that my brow hairs are in place all day long, and that I don't have to worry about them like moving around and looking sloppy. And that is it for this eyebrow tutorial. Super quick, super easy, but I hope it helped you guys out a bit, because I know right now when we're all just kind of like at home and not doing our regular beauty maintenance routines, everything's kind of out of whack. So I hope this helped you guys out a little bit. And if you have any tips and tricks for eyebrow maintenance or whatever it may be, let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear them. And while you're down there, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload every single week. So until next week, I'll see you guys later.